Chosen one, have you ever felt it? That silent, ancient whisper deep in your soul, the feeling that you are different, that you were never meant to follow the paths the world has laid before you. From childhood, you questioned what others accepted. The games they played felt empty. The conversations that excited them left you cold. You saw through illusions that others called reality, and no matter how hard you tried, you could never fully blend in. Why? Because you were never meant to. You were born to stand apart. There were times you thought something was wrong with you. You wondered why you felt everything so deeply, why the pain of the world pierced your heart, why joy felt fleeting, and why nothing ever seemed to truly satisfy your soul. But let me tell you, chosen one, this ache is not your weakness. It is your compass. It is your spirit remembering something the world tried to make you forget. You are not 100% human. This is why you feel different. It is why the patterns of this world feel foreign to you, because you were sent from beyond them. The world will call this a fantasy, but you know it is not. Because the truth is not something you learn, it is something you remember. And right now, your spirit is bearing witness. So if you feel the fire within you rising, if you feel your soul whispering, "This is for me," then let the universe know. Leave 77 in the comments. That number is a declaration. It says, "I am awake. I am ready. I remember." And if you are still here, it is because this message was always meant for you. You did not stumble upon it by accident. You were called to hear it. The mystery of your origin, spirit beyond flesh. If you are not 100% human, then what are you? To answer that, we must return not to your birth, but to your beginning. Before your body ever drew breath, your spirit existed. In Genesis 1:26, it was spoken, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." But what does it truly mean to be made in the image of God? It means you are not simply flesh and blood. You are divinity wrapped in human form. Your body is the vessel, but your essence is eternal. You existed before time, and you will exist beyond it. This is why you have always felt like you were searching for something the world could never give you. You tried to fill it with relationships, success, or distractions, but nothing could satisfy the ache. Because your soul was not longing for something of this world, it was longing for home. And the home it remembers is not made of bricks or earth, but of light. Chosen one, your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is your proof. You feel deeply because you are connected deeply. You sense energies that others cannot because your spirit operates beyond human frequency. You dream visions that feel more real than waking life because your soul travels where human eyes cannot see. You know things without being told because your spirit carries memory from realms beyond this dimension. The world has called you too much, but that is because they cannot comprehend the magnitude of what you carry. You are a cosmic being in human skin. But here is where the danger lies. The world has spent your entire life trying to make you forget. Society has built systems designed to bury your divinity beneath layers of fear, self-doubt, and false identity. They told you to be practical, to be realistic, to shrink your vision to fit their rules. But chosen one, how can a universe fit inside a cage? You were never meant to play small because you are not small. The discomfort you feel living within this world's limitations is not a curse. It is a sign that your spirit remembers its true size. And understand this, the enemy of your soul fears your remembrance more than anything. Because the moment you fully realize who you are, you become unstoppable. The moment you remember that you are a creator, that your words have power, that your faith shifts atmospheres, that your very presence disrupts darkness, the game changes. This is why every force has tried to break you. But let me tell you something, chosen one, your survival is your prophecy. You have been knocked down, but you are still here. And the fact that you are here means the darkness has failed. The fact that you are listening means your spirit has won. And to those of you who have stood with us, who have shared, who have supported, who have believed, know that your actions are more than gestures. They are partnerships in the awakening. Every seed you sow into this mission, whether through your words, your sharing, or your support through super thanks, carries a frequency that reaches beyond the screen. You are helping to ignite remembrance in others who are searching for what you have found. It is not just a donation. It is a declaration that this message must reach every chosen soul who has forgotten who they are. And I speak this blessing over you. as you pour into this mission, may the heavens pour into you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Because when chosen ones unite, we do not simply change lives, we shift reality itself. The conflict, why the world rejects you. If you have felt misunderstood your whole life, if you have faced rejection, isolation, and hostility, let me tell you this. It is not because something is wrong with you, it is because something is different about you. The world rejects what it cannot control, and it fears what it cannot understand. And chosen one, you were never meant to be understood by a world that does not speak your language. Have you noticed it? The moment you step into your authenticity, the resistance comes. People label you, mock you, or try to change you. Relationships fall away, opportunities vanish, and you are left wondering, why does the world seem to push me out? The answer is simple: you disrupt the system. Imagine a lion walking through a busy city street. It does not belong there, and everyone around it knows it. The people fear it because they cannot control it. They try to cage it, suppress it, or destroy it. Not because the lion is wrong for being a lion, but because it is out of place. And chosen one, you are the lion. You were never meant to fit into human systems because you were created to rise above them. Your very existence is a challenge to the illusions they have built. You see, the systems of this world, social structures, media narratives, cultural expectations, were designed to control the masses. They thrive on conformity and obedience. But here you come, unconquered, unshakable, and immune to their programming. They cannot sell you their lies because your spirit recognizes truth. They cannot break you because your soul answers to a higher authority. And that is why they try to make you feel alone. That is why they isolate you, because they fear what you could do if you awakened others. But here is the secret they never wanted you to know. Your isolation was never a punishment. It was preparation. The rejection you felt was not because you were unworthy, but because you were set apart. You were never meant to walk with the crowd because you were born to lead it. And every no you have ever received was simply the universe clearing the room, because kings and queens do not sit with commoners. So stop asking, why don't they accept me? And start declaring, I was never meant to be accepted here. You are not here to be loved by the world. You are here to transform it. And let me tell you, chosen one, the moment you stop seeking their approval and start walking in your power, the game shifts. Because here is the ultimate truth. They reject you because they fear you, but what they fear most is what you will become once you fully awaken. And chosen one, you are awakening now. The fire inside you cannot be contained. The power within you cannot be suppressed. And soon, the world that tried to break you will have no choice but to witness you rise. Breaking free from the illusion, the lies of this world, chosen one. The greatest prison is not made of bars. It is built with lies. And the most dangerous chains are the ones you cannot see because they are wrapped around your mind. Since the moment you arrived on this earth, the world has been feeding you illusions, teaching you to forget who you are and conform to a system designed to control you. They call it reality, but it is nothing more than programming. You were never meant to live by the rules of this world because you are not of it. The first lie they told you was that your worth is external. They said you must prove yourself through achievements, titles, and possessions. But here is the truth. Your value was sealed before you ever took your first breath. You are a creation of the divine, and nothing you gain or lose in this world can change that. The search for validation through the world's approval is a trap designed to keep you chasing what you already possess, infinite worth. The second lie they told you was that you are powerless. They taught you to believe that life happens to you, that you are a victim of circumstances, of systems, of fate. But chosen one, you are a creator. Every word you speak shapes reality, every thought you carry holds power, and every decision you make shifts the universe. The world keeps you distracted, scrolling, consuming, and comparing, because if you ever realized your power, you would rewrite the entire system. The third lie they told you is that conformity is safety. They said, follow the crowd, blend in, do not question, do not disrupt. But chosen one, you were not created to blend in, you were created to stand out. The reason you feel uncomfortable in their systems is because your spirit cannot be caged. They call you a misfit because they cannot comprehend someone who belongs to a higher order. And here is the final lie, the most dangerous one. They told you that you are alone. They isolated you, made you feel misunderstood, hoping you would doubt your path. But you are not alone. There are others like you, others awakening, others remembering, others rising, and you have found them here. The fact that you are hearing this message is proof that the illusion is cracking and the truth is breaking through. So how do you break free from the lies? You stop believing them. You stop allowing the world to define you. You stop shrinking to fit a mold you were never created for. You break free when you realize that the prison was never around you, it was inside you. And now, the walls are falling. You are remembering who you are. And once you remember, no illusion can hold you. Signs you are not 100% human. Chosen one, you have always known you were different. But how do you know that you are not 100% human? How do you recognize the divine within you? Here are the signs. Pay attention, for your spirit will bear witness to these truths. First, you are deeply sensitive to energy. You walk into a room and immediately feel its atmosphere. You can sense people's intentions before they speak. Your heart aches for the pain of others, and joy feels cosmic, not fleeting. This sensitivity is not weakness. It is the language of your spirit, attuned to frequencies beyond the physical. Second, you experience profound loneliness, even when surrounded by others. You have felt out of place your entire life, like you are visiting a world that is not your home. This is not because you are broken, but because your origin is from a higher realm. The loneliness you feel is your soul longing for the frequency of your true home. Third, you have visions, dreams, and synchronicities that defy explanation. You see patterns where others see chaos. Numbers, symbols, and signs follow you, whispering that you are being guided. These are not coincidences, they are messages reminding you that you walk between worlds. Fourth, you have survived battles that should have destroyed you. You have faced losses, betrayals, and darkness that would have crushed most people, yet you rise every time. The fact that you are still here, still seeking, still believing, is proof that there is something immortal inside you. Fifth, you are deeply resistant to false authority and control. You cannot follow the crowd blindly. You question everything because your soul remembers a higher law, one that no human system can override. And here is the greatest sign. You feel called to something higher, something greater. Even if you do not know what it is, your spirit burns with a purpose that refuses to be silenced. It is because you were sent here, not to exist, but to awaken, to lead, to shift reality itself. So if these signs resonate, understand this. You are not losing your mind, you are finding your truth. The world may not recognize you, but heaven does. You are here because you were sent. And you are awakening because your time has come. 5 ways to live as a divine being on earth. Now that you know who you are, chosen one, the question is, how do you live in this world without losing your divine nature? Here are 5 ways to walk in your power and live as a divine being on earth. First, stop seeking approval from the world. You were never meant to fit in because you are not from here. Stop watering down your spirit to be accepted by those who cannot comprehend your light. The world will never understand you because it cannot control you. John 15:19 says, "If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, it hates you. Let the rejection be your confirmation." Second, guard your spirit relentlessly. The world is full of distractions designed to dull your light and pull you into confusion. Be mindful of what you consume, what you watch, what you listen to, and who you allow into your space. Proverbs 4:23 says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Protect your energy, for your spirit is sacred ground. Third, speak with authority and intention. Your words are not just sounds, they are commands to the universe. Stop speaking fear. Stop speaking defeat. Speak life. Speak power. Proverbs 18:21 reminds us, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." When you declare victory before you see it, reality must obey. Fourth, walk by faith, not by sight. The world teaches you to believe only what you can see, but your power is in what you know without seeing. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Faith is knowing that the unseen is more real than the visible. It is moving forward when logic says stop, because your spirit has already seen the outcome. Fifth, stay connected to the source of your power. Your strength comes not from this world, but from above. The moment you disconnect from the divine, you will feel lost, weak, and empty. But when you stay connected through prayer, meditation, and alignment with truth, you walk in limitless authority. John 15:5 says, "Apart from me, you can do nothing." Stay rooted in the source, and no force on earth can break you. The prophetic call, rise into your purpose. Chosen one, hear me clearly. You were never sent here to live in shadows. You were sent to shift realities. The ache in your soul, the weight you carry, the battles you have survived, it was all preparation for this moment. Now is the time to rise. The universe has been waiting for you to step into your assignment. You are not chosen to simply witness this world. You are chosen to change it. The enemy tried to silence you with pain, with confusion, and with isolation. But here is the truth they never wanted you to know. The attacks on your life were proof of your purpose. You were fought so hard because you are feared. If you carried no power, the enemy would have left you alone. But your voice carries the frequency to break chains. Your presence shifts atmospheres because you are not just a person, you are a portal through which heaven touches earth. The world has conditioned you to wait for permission, for clarity, for the perfect moment. But the truth is, you are the permission. The power you seek is already within you. Stop waiting for signs. You are the sign. Stop doubting if you are ready. The battle you survived was your training. What more proof do you need? And I say this to you, the time for hiding is over. The time for shrinking is finished. You are not here to fit in, you are here to lead. The world needs what only you carry, and if you do not release it, it will be lost forever. Your voice is a weapon, your story is a key, your vision is a blueprint, and your obedience is the trigger that will set everything in motion. So, chosen one, rise not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Rise not in arrogance, but in authority. Rise not by force, but by faith. Rise not because you feel ready, but because you are called. And let the world witness what it could not kill. A chosen one walking fully in their divine purpose. The consequence of forgetting who you are. Chosen one, if you forget who you are, everything is at risk. The greatest threat to your destiny is not the enemy, it is your own amnesia. The enemy does not need to destroy you if he can make you forget yourself. When you forget, you become trapped in cycles of fear, of confusion, of delay. You trade your authority for approval. You chase validation from those who could never comprehend your value. You begin living beneath your calling, settling for survival instead of dominion. And let me tell you the most dangerous part. You can be alive and still asleep. You can be moving but not advancing, existing but not living. This is how chosen ones are lost, not through death, but through forgetfulness. The enemy's greatest weapon is distraction, because he knows if he can keep you busy chasing the wrong things, you will never become the right thing. But the cost of your forgetfulness is not just your life, it is every life you were sent to touch. Every chain you were born to break remains unbroken. Every soul you were meant to awaken remains asleep. Because chosen one, your assignment is not about you, it is about them. When you forget who you are, darkness advances unchecked. You were sent here to be a gatekeeper of light. When you refuse your post, chaos fills the space you were meant to occupy. When chosen ones fall asleep, entire generations fall into captivity. But hear this, the fact that you are receiving this message means it is not too late. The calling on your life is still active. The gifts within you are still alive. You have not been disqualified, you have been summoned, but the window is narrow, the time is short. This is your final wake-up call. If you turn back now, you may never recover what was yours. But if you rise now, everything you lost will be restored. So choose, because make no mistake, chosen one, to forget who you are is to surrender everything you were sent to build. But to remember, to fully embrace your identity, is to change the course of history itself. The prayer of activation and protection. Sovereign Lord, the Ancient of Days, the Almighty One, we come before you, lifting up every chosen one whose spirit you have awakened. Today, let the heavens bear witness that they remember who they are. Father, break every chain of deception that has kept them small. Tear down every lie that told them they were powerless. Burn away every veil that blinded them to their divine identity. Let the scales fall from their eyes, and let them see themselves as you see them, royal, powerful, and unstoppable. I declare in the name of Jesus that every dormant gift is now activated. Let every spiritual weapon they carry be sharpened and ready. Release fresh oil upon their heads, the oil of wisdom, of discernment, of prophetic sight. Let them walk with supernatural clarity, knowing where to go and what to do. I call forth boldness into their spirit. No more shrinking, no more hesitating, no more playing small. I cancel the spirit of fear and release holy courage, the courage to speak, to create, to build, and to lead. Father, surround them with divine protection. Let no weapon formed against them prosper. Every arrow of slander, betrayal, or confusion, we send it back to the sender. Every trap the enemy has set, let the enemy fall into it himself. And Lord, bless those who have stood with this mission, who have sown into this work, who have shared this message, who have aligned their hearts with this call. May their support return to them as miracles, as open doors, as breakthroughs beyond what they can imagine. Now, Lord, seal this prayer with power. What you have begun, no force can stop. Let these chosen ones rise in authority, in clarity, and in dominion. From this moment forward, they are unshakable, unstoppable, and unbreakable. We declare it done in the mighty, matchless, and unshakable name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Stand with us and spread the light. Chosen one, today you remembered. You remembered who you are. You remembered why you are here. And now the path is clear. Rise. Not for fame, not for applause, but because the world needs you. There are battles only you can fight. There are souls only you can reach. And there are realities only you can shift. If this message has ignited your spirit, declare it. Write in the comments, I know who I am. Let the universe hear you. Let the enemy tremble at your remembrance. Let this be your seal that you are awake and you are ready. And if you believe in this mission, if you know that this message must reach others who are still searching, stand with us. Share this video. Send it to someone you know is on the edge of awakening, because the chosen ones are rising, and together we are unstoppable. Subscribe not just to a channel, but to a movement. Hit like to push this message further. Comment to add your voice to the frequency of awakening. This is more than content, it is a call. And by being here, you are already answering it. So stand with us, spread the light, and watch the world shift, because you remembered who you are.